It's no secret that I like Persona. A lot. I like it so much I practically wasted $250 for it. This is the PlayStation Vita, Sony's second and last dedicated handheld console that followed up their incredibly successful PlayStation Portable. It failed so hard. But it was a great machine, one that got amazing exclusives such as Persona 4 Golden. Released in 2012, Persona 4 Golden is an enhanced port of the 2008 PlayStation 2 game Persona 4. It included many changes and additions to the original game and was eventually ported to every single platform in existence. Thank God. However, Persona 4 Golden on Vita is special, not because of anything in regards to the game itself, but because of how it was released. In America, it was actually released in two different SKUs, the normal physical release, but there was also a special edition released at the same time that was limited to only 10,000 units, making it one of the rarest games in the Persona series. It was called the Solid Gold Premium Edition, and I have one right here. This is my copy that I got from GameStop on release, and in fact, this is not the first time I made a video about this thing. I actually made a YouTube video of it back in the day that is cringe as hell, but it's my history, so if you want to check it out, it's available as an exclusive video to channel members. Anyways, back to the game. Unlike the normal edition, it comes in this big, tall box that is admittedly very fancy. There's even embossed text on nearly all sides, which for some reason is misaligned, so it looks super weird. Maybe it might just be a small error with my copy, but man, I want a refund. So first things first, we have the game itself. It comes in a normal game case, which is pretty cool. I am a huge fan of handheld game cases because of just how cute they are. It's like when a kid wears their dad's clothes. Now, granted, like 60% of these portable game cases are wasted space, but God, they are so adorable I can't help but ignore that fact. Up next in the box is 2 sheets of stickers. These are actually pretty high quality looking, and they consist of things like the characters. See, there's Yosuke and Chie and Plain, my favorite party member. These are mostly untouched. Not because I wanted to preserve the value of this special edition, but because I just didn't know where in the world to stick these things. What, you want me to put Yukiko on my Hydro Flask? I did end up using a couple of stickers, a Persona 4 Golden logo, and one of the stars, and I put them on a folder for my high school physics class, which I threw out long ago, so those stickers are probably in a landfill somewhere. Damn it. Now the next item we have is one that was actually the main reason I wanted to buy this collector's edition in the first place, and that is the carrying case. Take a look at this beauty right— oh, what the fuck? Whatever. Look at this beauty of a case right here. It's so vibrant and it has such a classy design. Usually I'm not a big fan of big logos on things, that's why I kind of wear literally plain clothes all day every day, but the overall design that the logo is a part of is spectacular. Persona 4 has a fun aesthetic and it's faithfully captured on this very sturdy case. This case is 13 years old, by the way, and despite its age, it has held up through all the hell that I've put it through. Just ignore the fact that it's literally shedding everywhere like a dog. That is something you cannot stop 13 years from doing to you. Alright, let's open it up and see that it also has a flap that you can slide up to 3 games into. Golden is here, of course, but also Little Big Planet Vita and Wipeout 2048, which those last 2 I will argue are the best games in their respective series. Don't fight me, I will win by yelling louder and talking over you. Now, if you look on the top part of this case, you'll see this little tag that will specify why this case is as good as it is, because it says Hori. At the time, Hori was known for being the best case maker around. Seeing everyone gassing up the case before release got me super duper hype, and honestly it was kind of one of the main reasons that pushed me to buying this special edition. Now, lying inside of this case is indeed another accessory. This is a protective shell that— what the f***? But so you place your PS Vita into the protective shell and it keeps it safe, I would assume. It locks up and yeah, nothing will hurt your precious Vita with this thing on. I can only assume. This shell is pristine, almost no scratches or any scuffs or anything on it, and that's because I never used it. While it fits perfectly into the case and looks kinda cool, I just thought that the whole idea of it was inconvenient. having to unlock the thing, flip the flap up out of the way just enough so it doesn't get in the way of the screen, the way that it makes the headphone jack just a little bit deeper so the L-shaped headphone wire my headphones at the time used wouldn't fit properly. It was just too much work for protection that I didn't need. I wasn't like pulling the thing out while skydiving or whatever. I was just at home playing it and being lonely. And that is not the last of the items in this box. We actually have one more thing, and that is this piece of paper with a website that lets you download some cool Persona 4 wallpapers. The paper was also a host to a skin for the Vita, which you can likely infer is already on my console. Here it is. It's fallen apart just like the case, but that's honestly par for the course with these things. I mean, your hands are all touching it and getting your sweat and skin oils all over. It's inevitable that the skin will gain some wear and tear over time. Like the carrying case, the aesthetic from the game is replicated here to a T. Houndstooth, stars, yellow, it's all here, and not to mention, what the f***? Okay, so right here is the name of the game, but there's something off about it. That's right, they messed up the name. Persona 4 The Golden. What the hell is that? Well, it's actually not a mistake. This is actually the official name of the game in Japan, and this regional discrepancy is not an isolated incident. When Persona 5 Royal came out, it was known as Persona 5 The Royal in its place of origin. Now, I don't know what Japan's obsession with determiners is over there, but the was removed for the Western release, probably to make both the titles flow a little bit better, which honestly they do. So why is the Japanese name on these American accessories? Well, it's because these are not American accessories, these are Japanese accessories. You see, when the game was released in Japan, all of these accessories were released in a separate pack that you could buy to, I guess, enhance your Persona 4 The Golden experience. There was no collector's edition over there like there is here, but I guess when Atlus was deciding on releasing the game in America, they wanted to spice things up with a little bit of FOMO, and since they didn't want to go through the effort of manufacturing brand new accessories with the English name on it, they just took the easy way out and gave us the Japanese ones. They likely thought we wouldn't think much of it. As you can see, I did, but honestly, unless you're paying really close attention, then you'll likely not even notice it. Okay, I apologize ahead of time for derailing this video further, but I need to talk more about this name change, especially the logos. Persona 5 Royals in particular looks absolutely normal. Couldn't even tell you if I didn't know anything about this logo. But in Persona 4 Golden's case, it was such a rushed job, dude. Look over at the logo where the was. The black outline is more chopped than Nahobino's hairstyle, and there's enough empty yellow space to park an F-150 in there. Compared to the rest of the logo where the yellow and the black properly outline the text, it sticks out hella. And I'll even say the Japanese logo looks off in its own weird way. Why is the so baby-sized inside that black area? But at least it looks a little bit better than the Western logo. Also, fun fact before I forget, in the original Vita and PC release of Golden, the little rainbow outline around the logo on the title screen was not adjusted properly for the Western logo, leaving just a big random empty space at the bottom left right there. It's big enough to fly a commercial airliner through it. This mistake, though, was eventually fixed. Nearly 10 years later, when Golden was ported to every other console in existence, just short of an MRI scanner, but even though it was fixed, if you pay close attention when the outline appears, it still has that mistake. It's just for a split second though, then it fixes itself. Atlus was like 99% of the way there. How the heck did they fumble it at the last 1%? Well, at least they managed to get around to altering the Western logo so it's not weird looking anymore. Of course, almost 10 years later, but it's still a good change nonetheless. So in conclusion, the Persona 4 Golden Solid Gold Premium... Okay, I am so sorry for just absolutely changing the trajectory of this video to complain about something that no one, not even Atlus, cares about. It's just that this is something that has irked me ever since I noticed it back on the Vita, and I just had this pent-up frustration for like almost a decade, and now I'm talking about Persona 4 Golden on the Vita, so it just felt like the right place, right time. Please forgive me, but I guess while I'm here and wasting everyone's time, let me just air out some more of my grievances with Golden. In the English dub, it's weird that Atlus never got the cast to voice the lines that are spoken while you're running around the dungeon, and they never adjusted for it, so when one of your party members speaks, the music lowers for a voice line that doesn't exist. That's freaking weird. Why did we have to always choose to use online play every time you start the game? And that happens in Persona 5 as well, and I believe Reload too, if I'm remembering correctly. Like, if you choose to enable or disable it at the very start of the game, one would probably assume that that would be their choice forever, right? So just enable or disable it permanently, and if we want to change that, then we could go into the settings and just change it. Oh, also in the Vita version of Golden, the invert camera settings would always revert back every time you would start the game. Very annoying, but not enough to stop me from playing like nearly 200 hours of Golden. What else? Oh, Golden was exclusive on a Dead on Arrival handheld. All right, I'm done. So, Persona 4 Golden Solid Gold Premium Edition is a wonderful collector's edition of a wonderful game. The included accessories were not only cool, but practical as well, and that's something that I really love. Practical merch, that right there is my fetish, dude. And for the price, it couldn't be beat. Well, maybe not anymore, but at release, Golden was $40 and this edition was only $70. So for an extra $30, I got a whole Vita starter kit that is still standing tall to this day. It's a shame that it was only limited to 10k units, especially when you take into account that the standalone game sold like more copies than the Vita itself. If the Solid Gold Premium Edition was like a pre-order fulfillment thing, done in waves over the course of like a year or two, Atlus could have multiplied that 10k into like a million K. Wait, no, the Solid Gold Premium Edition makes my gold solid, so I gotta give it a premium 10 out of 10 editions. Absolutely perfect in every possible way, except for how it kickstarted my love for the Persona series and practically ruined my life.